Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. I'm Bubesi Mpati Mhlaba once again. Check me out on Instagram as Bubesi Mpati Mhlaba. Please also check me out on TikTok as Bubesi the Conqueror. Check me on Twitter as Bubesi_11. Right? So, welcome once again to Football is a Religion. If you're new and you want to be part and parcel of this community, please like, share, and subscribe. And please also encourage your associates to do so as well. So, let's talk about Dstv Premiership. Let's get straight into the action. We've got mouth-watering clashes to come up, especially tonight. Starting tonight, the 29th of December, Friday, 2023. Guys, it's only 2 days to go before the new year. So let's finish this year on a high. I hope you guys have had a great 2023. If you haven't had a good 2023, Lalela and Buffets, listen to me very clearly. It's never the end of the world. You understand? It's not the end of the world. And listen to me. What doesn't kill you makes you. You understand? It makes you stronger. You understand? It makes you stronger. So never lose hope on your dreams. Never ever lose hope. You understand? If you have lost a loved one, my condolences to you and your family, man. I hope you heal during the difficult time. And please, man, understand. Please just take much more time to heal. And my condolences once again. And to all of you, that haven't had the best of years. You understand? Like I said, it's not the end of the world. And to those of y'all that have had a great 2023 and have seen progress, you understand? Let's keep on being consistent. Let's continue with the discipline. Let's be more consistent. Let's grind harder. Let's go harder the next year in 2024. Right. So we're set for a double header tonight. First of all, it's the KZN Derby, which does take place at 6 p.m. tonight. The KZN Derby between AmaZulu and Royal AM at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban. Coming into this one, Usuthu are undefeated in their last 2 games, having fought back in that 1-1 draw against bottom of the side, Cape Town Spurs at home. That was a late goal by Mbongeni Ngema, who scored the equalizer in that game. You understand? And AmaZulu are in 10th currently, in the Dstv Premiership standings, just a point behind 7th place Polokwane City. You understand? They're in 10th position, but they're only a point behind Polokwane City, who are in 7th position. So look, that's why I say the league is still open, right? In terms of those positions, fighting for the top 8, fighting for the top 3. Okay, let's say fighting for the top 8, fighting for the 3rd position, and fighting for 2nd position. You understand? And actually surviving. Even though you can say Richards Bay FC as well as Cape Town Spurs are far off the pace, but it's still quite open. Still early. Still the first half of the season. We haven't yet wrapped up the first half of the season as yet. So it's still early days to say. So yeah, you understand. 3 points is very important. Because if you think about it, 3 points for AmaZulu could see them finish in the top 8 for 2023. You understand? If they are to win over Royal AM in tonight's encounter, they can finish 2023 on a high in the top 8. And what's even worth noting, it will be a historic victory for Usuthu, because AmaZulu have never won a game against Royal AM. They are yet to win against Royal AM. You understand? They're yet to win. In the 5 clashes that they've met, Royal AM has come tops in one encounter where they won by 2-0. But in all the other games, it has resulted in a draw, including on the first game of the season when these two sides met on the opening day of the season. It did result in a goalless stalemate at the Harry Gwala Stadium between these two sides in the reverse fixture. And as for Royal AM, they stretched their unbeaten run to 3 matches as they were held to a 0-0 draw by Moroka Swallows. And remember, it must be noted that Moroka Swallows did a double over Royal AM last season. But in this season, we're not sure what's going on with Moroka Swallows. Perhaps they might be on sale again. It's a disaster, guys. It's a disaster because they haven't played 2 games. They had to forfeit 2 games, including the game that they were scheduled to play against Mamelodi Sundowns at the Loftus Versfeld Stadium in Pretoria. They had to forfeit the game. They had to postpone it. So we're not really sure on what's going on, because reports do suggest that the chairman of Moroka Solos has stated that, he wants to depart the club, the Dube Beds, and actually focus on his club, Uppington City, which is actually based in the Northern Cape province. So it's just a disaster, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a shame to the PSL fraternity. It's a shame to the South African football fraternity in our country. And like I said, we do need new leadership. We need to refresh a lot of things, because everything is just crumbling down. There's so much rot at the top. Even look at SAFA. It's a joke. It's a disaster, ladies and gentlemen. It's a disaster. You understand? But hey, let us just focus on this game first. We'll get straight into that once we cover this encounter, this mouth-watering KZN derby. And as for Royal AM, they are placed on number 13 on the log. And again, they are 2 points behind 7th place Polokwane City. And they are in 13th place, right? So victory for either of these teams could see them finish the year on a high and finish in the top 8, right? You understand? So my predictions is as follows. I see this game ending in a 2-2 draw. Yeah, it's going to be a 2-2 draw because it's going to be a pretty close game. And there's really not much to separate these two sides. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be a 2-2 draw. There will be raining goals in this game. And when you look at on the side of AmaZulu, the players that will prove to be key is Mbongeni Ngema, Junior Dion, as well as Augustine Kwem. You understand? Augustine Kwem has got 4 league goals so far this season. Mbongeni Ngema, remember, he scored that equalizer, that crucial equalizer in the last game against Cape Town Spurs. And as for Junior Dion, he has made history. He has made a great mark on South African football, scoring a double hat-trick against Golden Arrows in the Cup and in the league game. You understand? So those are the key players for AmaZulu that will, be telling for them. And in terms of AmaZulu gaining 3 points, the likes of Hendrik XT and the likes of Ben Mutwari will actually play a pivotal role in the middle of the park, and actually being able to create chances, actually being able to break down play and create an opening for Usutu on the attack, with Wade Euster attacking from the right-hand side, as well as Mbongeni Kumede attacking on the left-hand side. So it's going to be an interesting encounter to actually watch. And on the side of Royal AM, you've got players like Menzi Masuku, as well as you've got players like Mxolisi Maqupu. You understand? Menzi Masuku, he's got 2 goals. He has scored twice in his previous 5 games. So he's actually on a decent, rich vein of form, to say the least, as well as Mxolisi Maqupu. He's a predator. He's Royal AM's top goal scorer so far this season in the league. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty close game, and it will result in a 2-2 draw. Let's go straight to Orlando Stadium, Soweto, where Orlando Pirates will be locking horns with Stellenbosch FC, high-flying Stellenbosch FC, the Carling Knockout Cup champions, Stellenbosch FC. So, Orlando Pirates, they want to bounce back. This is a time for them to actually prove a point and actually bounce back from that embarrassing 3-1 defeat away to Supersport United at the Peter Mokaba Stadium, right? And Orlando Pirates are in 4th position with 25 points from 15 games. And that defeat against Supersport United ended Orlando Pirates' 6-game unbeaten run going into that one, right? And on the side of Stellenbosch, Stellenbosch are just 2 points behind Orlando Pirates. And, a place behind Orlando Pirates, because Stellenbosch are in 5th. With only 23 points so far this season, right? And what's actually worth noting is that the Stellies are enjoying a 10-match unbeaten run across all competitions. You understand? And these sides have met 3 times so far already this season, right? Stellies coming tops twice. It's crazy. It's amazing to actually say that the Stellies have the upper hand coming into this clash against Orlando Pirates at the Orlando Stadium. They've already beaten Orlando Pirates twice. They beat them in the opening game of the season, which was a great goal by Antonio van Veek in that 1-0 victory down in the Cape, right? And they also did defeat them at Orlando Stadium in the second leg of the MTN 8 semi-final, but unfortunately, they were eliminated due to away goals. which saw Pirates progress to a final where they were able to defend their title, winning via penalty shootout in the final against Mamelodi Sundowns. And when I look at this Stellies team, players like Reynolds, it's very unfortunate that he didn't get a call up to the Bafana squad. Very unfortunate again. As well as players like Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen was also supposed to be, called up to the Bafana squad. But I guess Coach Hugo Boos has got other ideas. We need to put our faith in him, support him, because this is our national team. And the AFCON is a very important tournament. And hopefully our national team can actually clinch the tournament for the first time in over 2 decades. Last time we clinched this tournament was in 1996. But we're currently far off the pace. It'll be nice to actually have our national team actually clinch the trophy, but I think we should not count our chickens before they have hatched, because looking at their previous performances, it's not convincing at all. Bafana have not been convincing at all. So we'll see. We wait to see. And on the side of Orlando Pirates, remember Evidence Makgopa and Zakhela Lepasa have been called up, but I feel like that's just daylight robbery. Yes, I understand these are players that are worthy of, these are target men. These are players who can get the goals, who can find the back of the net on any given day. But looking at the way how this duo has been performing in the previous games, I don't understand how did they actually receive a call up? Because you consider there's players like Khanyisa Mayo, who has rejuvenated his season. After a slow start to the season, Khanyisa Mayo has rejuvenated his season, actually netting 7 league goals this season. He's amongst the top goal scorers in the league, and he has been left out of the squad. Khanyisa Mayo. Including Ikram Reynolds of Stellenbosch FC. It's incredible to actually believe that Ikram Reynolds and Khanyisa Mayo have been left out. But hey, I guess, like I said, Coach Hugo Boos has got other ideas. He's put in so much faith into Zakhela Lepasa and Evidence Makgopa, and I hope both these players will pull up their socks and repay the coach for showing them faith, for showing his faith in these players, because they haven't been delivering, both of them. Despite the fact that Makgopa did score a winning goal in the Soweto derby, but he has been misfiring of late, as well as Lepasa. Lepasa has been misfiring of late as well. But you know what? Hopefully this will be a game of redemption for the duo. Hopefully they can prove themselves once again. And also the likes of Monopula Saleng, but deservedly so, he was also left out. So he hasn't really shone this season. It seems like he's just a one-season wonder as well. So this game will go as follows. It's going to be a very close game as well. It's going to be a very close one. Because a win for either side can see them go on to third position. A win for either side can see them go to third position. And leapfrog Cape Town City. A win for either side. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult one. It's a difficult one. It's going to be a slight victory. And it's going to be based on tactics as well. It's going to be based on tactics. Either Jose Riviero or Steve Barker. Like, it's a big game, this one. Irrespective of the fact that Stellenbosch are a small team, but it's a big game. You understand? This is a big game. Stellenbosch FC are no longer underdogs. People must show them respect. You understand? Anisat Ora, Ikram Reynolds, Jaden Adams, Ishmael Toure. Devin Titus, Antonio van Veek. Those are players to look out for, guys. Those are players that you need to look out for. As for Pirates, of course, I did mention which players. Of course, Ndlondlo, hopefully he can up his game, because he also had a poor performance against Supersport United. Loch, he also had a great game. Mofokeng, if he does start the game, because Otladisa did not have a great game against Supersport United. Hotum, we will see him for Namibia at the African Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. But it's going to be a tight game. Pirates will win it by a fine margin, 1-0. Yeah, 1-0, Orlando Pirates.